Hey, everybody. Welcome back again to a little Austin Sports Weekend with Austin, the man here himself. We've had a lot of stuff happening here in the past week. You don't think about June being a big sports month, but there's been a lot here going on. First of all, thanks again for SevereTV.com for setting us up here in studio. And thanks again for Autographs Plus for sponsoring us. They got a couple stores again, one in Sevierville, one in Pigeon Forge. Be sure to check out all of the stuff they got going on. But we will start like we always do with a little
The news bulletin.
the news bulletin. What you got going on there, Austin?
Tennessee claims the men's baseball championship. Over the last week we have been off the air.
Yes, the baseball championship. I'll get into a little bit more of the details here later. Or do you want to go ahead and throw some in while we're here talking about it? All right. First of all, I'm going to give praise to the man himself, Mr. Tony V. Was picked as the coach of the year, which is a shocker. Some people had Tennessee having a down year this year, and they ended up winning everything. So
You should go ahead and throw the rest of your Tennessee points while we're on the topic.
I'll go ahead and throw them all in here. Tennessee is the first SEC team ever to win 60 games.
In men's baseball, unless you're counting out Wichita State, which
I'm
was a
talking about
long time ago.
in the SEC. No, yeah, they have the most wins since what was it, 1989 when Wichita won that. But they have the most wins in the history of the SEC conference. Tony Vitello. Here is his last 4 years. 2021, 50 and 18, made it to Omaha. 2022, 57 and 9, lost in the Super Regionals, even though we probably had the best team in the country that year. 2023, 44 and 22, made it to Omaha and won one. 2024 this year, 60 and 12, and 5 and 0 in Omaha and won the World Series. I mean, it's 60 and 13. They did lose one there at the end. 60 and 13. Man, 60 and 13. That's not a bad winning percentage, is it? Tennessee has averaged, I think, 53, 54 wins a year over the past 4 years.
That is a pretty impeccable record.
That is a pretty impeccable record. Tennessee has been the best team in the country the last 4 years, and they finally broke through this year. A little bit about our starting pitcher for the last game, Xander Sechrest. The quirky one, as Coach V calls him. His last 6 starts, he clinched the SEC regular season title. He sent the Vols to the SEC tournament final. He won the regional title. He won the super regional title. He sent the Vols to the Men College World Series final, and he won the final game. That's not too bad for a middle of the week pitcher, is it?
Nope.
Not too bad at all. Xander, you gotta love him. He is so good. That Tennessee is also the first team in the Division I history to have 5 players of 20 or more home runs.
That's a lot of home. They hit a lot of homers if you can really gauge.
Most
on
teams struggle to have one player that is over 20. They got 5 on one. So it's sort of hard to pitch around anybody when the person coming up behind them is going to hit another home run. Yeah, Christian Moore, Blake. It's just been crazy what they actually did. Yeah, here we go. The last 4 years, Tennessee has 3 times to the Men's College World Series, 1 national title, 4 straight Super Regionals, 12 and 0. Haven't lost a game in regional play. 12 and 0 regional play, 2 SEC regular season titles, 2 SEC tournament titles, 211 wins, 566 home runs in 4 years. 566 home runs, 25 major league draft picks, and counting. That's not including the draft this year. So that's a little bit of crazy, ain't it? That's a little bit of crazy. So Tennessee is doing fantastic.
And Vitello, his legacy is sealed with this.
Yeah. NCAA champions, first ever SEC regular season
First ever national.
First ever national
champion.
title, the SEC regular season and tourney champ, 60 wins, school record, 184 home runs, school record, 609 runs batted in, school record, 607 slugging, school record. And
This is the high water mark that they'll have to live up to for the future.
and that is fine. I will take it. Tennessee scored 23 of 40 runs in the 2024 College World Series with 2 outs.
There's one little caveat, though, to success like this. Detractors.
Yes. Oh, you're going to get some haters just because that is the way it is. But that's my praise for Tennessee baseball. You can go on to, you want to talk a little baseball else while we're here? Less than 24 hours after Tennessee beat Texas A&M.
Oh, Schloss left Texas A&M to go to Texas.
Their arch
Rival.
less than 24 hours later, and he had a interview the day before where he was saying he left his family to come and coach Texas A&M, to that be his final coaching position, and he got mad at the reporter for asking him about it, and within 24 hours he was
Interviewing with Texas.
gone. Rumors are, and then rumors are rumors, but he knew about it before the final game. He knew about it before Game 3, and he talked to some of his players about it on the plane flight back if they would be willing to leave with him. That's greasy, dude.
That's a weasel like.
There's Lane Kiffin greasy, and then there's
Lincoln Riley greasy.
Lincoln Riley greasy, and now there's
Schloss.
Slosh greasy. I think he's the greasiest one of all three of those.
In a championship game and you sell your team out. That's selling it out.
I don't know. That's just terrible to me. And now I think Texas A&M has got 4 or 5 players that are in the transfer portal already. So it effectively their team's done. They were the second best team in the country to rebuild mode in one day.
And Texas just robbed them.
I don't. It's really shocking. I don't know how you could do that as a person. I don't know how you could.
Especially to their arch rival.
Yeah, that's something. I don't know. All right, we'll go ahead and jump on that. What you got there next for us?
Keeping up on our theme, we have the Lakers drafting our boy Dalton Connect.
Dalton Connect. Yeah,
He is a Laker.
We had the NBA draft the past couple days. Nothing was much of a shock except for 2 things. First of all, Memphis taking Zach Edey.
Which was a shock to a lot of people.
That was a shock.
I didn't think they needed a center that much.
On the grade chart, that it got a D. On the expert grade chart, that move, it was a D. The first 4 picks were A, you know, and then when you got down to Edey, that was the worst graded pick of the first round. Was that it was graded a D. Dalton Connect was projected to go somewhere between 4 and 6, and ended up going 17th, which was a huge shocker.
Absolutely a huge shock.
And everybody kept saying it's because he was 23. Well, all the other players they drafted are 19. That's the age to shoot at now. You shoot at the age of 19. But they actually admitted on air last night that it takes 2 or 3 years for them to get good enough playing in the G League on before they're good enough to come and play in the NBA.
So really, you're grilling a steak at this point.
Yeah, so why would you not take and this is from an expert, the most NBA-ready player in the draft, Dalton Connect. If you need an NBA player, why wouldn't you just get an NBA player? Now I can understand if it's a rebuild team, and it's going to take them 2 or 3 years to get rebuild and back up again. I understand taking a young kid because he can grow up with your team. But if you're a playoff team and you need 1 or 2 good players to make it to the next level, why are you getting a 19-year-old that's going to take 2 years to develop?
That's absolutely confusing to me.
You know, I've never hated the Lakers. I'm a big Magic Johnson fan, Kareem fan. I'm a huge Kobe fan. I love Shaq. Not much of a LeBron fan, so I sort of backed away from the Lakers there for a while. I guess I'm a Lakers fan now. I mean, I got to be a Lakers fan now. I mean, my boy's a Laker, so I'm a Lakers fan now. And the funny thing about it, the Lakers had him as a top
Pick as soon as he won the SEC Player of the Year.
The Lakers said if they would have had a top 10 pick, they would have took him. And he fell down to their lap at 17.
And they would have traded up in the
They would have traded up to get him. They said they would have traded up to get him. And he kept falling, so they didn't. Ain't that nuts? And he fell right. He will be a plug-and-play player. He'll probably start coming off the bench. He'll probably earn his spot. But if he comes in and starts scoring 15, 20 points a game, he's going to be a starter. And the Lakers, I told this on one of my on my X feed, that it makes complete sense now. The Celtics won their 18th championship this year, and the Lakers only have 17. So now Connect's going to go there next year, and they'll win their 18th. I mean, if the Celtics win a title, the Lakers got to win a title. So that just makes perfect sense. What you got for us now?
Speaking of which, the Triforce is complete. Bronny has now joined his pop.
Yeah, Bronny did get drafted second round by the Lakers, and we expected that to happen. LeBron wants to play his final 2 years with his son.
And they just decided to jumpstart it quickly.
Yep. So, hey, we knew it was going to happen. It's going to be a media circus show now, but the good thing about it, we're going to get to watch Dalton play
Inside of that.
inside of that. We're going to get to see a lot of the Lakers games because they're going to put every single one of them on TV. So we get to see Dalton now, I guess. What else you got?
Notre Dame and Michigan State is going to renew their football rivalry in 2026 and 2027, reschedule it.
That's good. I think
Rivalries are going to be renewed.
I think rivalries have to be a big part of it. I love rivalries and all. I think we need to cherish the rivalries. And as much as I don't like Alabama, I love playing them every year. As much as I don't like Florida, I love playing them every year.
Because there's history,
There's history.
tradition, there's history,
And
tradition.
I'm sure as much as Vanderbilt hates Tennessee, they love playing us
there's
every
history,
year.
there's tradition.
Yeah, I love it. I love the history. I love the tradition of it. Yeah.
And the NFL has been in a Sunday ticket lawsuit this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah,
They just lost it.
They did lose it. It was
Billion.
$47 billion.
With a B.
They're going to be paying back to
To the customers.
the customers.
That is a big loss of money.
Because I can sort of see what they're saying there. If you say here, this is your
This is your device.
this is your device, and everybody wants this device, but I'm only going to sell it through one person. That's sort of that way you can control the price and you can demand as much money as you want to. So
Just
by
another-
not making it available.
Just another bungle by the head commissioner and the NFLPA.
That's what I'm struggling with the NBA's leadership. I'm struggling with the NFL's leadership.
Struggling
I'm
with the
struggling
MLB's
with the MLB's leadership. Yeah, there's definitely some weak leadership going on. Even though we've got some really good football playing going on, we've got some really good baseball playing going on.
Kind of struggling with the NBA.
The
product.
NBA product is still definitely the weakest, the less of the three. But I'm a Lakers fan now.
And last but certainly least,
Well, first of all, I'm gonna say the shout out to Aaron Judge. He started out the year a little slow, hurt. He hit his 30th home run. Halfway through the season, he's on his way to 60 again. Yay! All right, go right ahead.
EA Sports is definitely not buying the hype.
They are not buying the Tennessee hype. Even though the last 2 years we've had one of the top offenses in the country, we are not. Tennessee's offense is not
Not in the top 25
not
in
in
their
the top
polls.
25 in their polls, and Tennessee being the hardest environment to play.
But they're ranked in the top 15 in their ranked polls, but they're not top 25 in their offensive overall polls.
No. Even though Iowa is ranked 13th on their defense, and we beat them 35-0.
The logic is definitely not inside EA Sports' realm.
No. But as much as that's insanely ignorant, I can't wait to get that game, man. Run through the tee.
I mean,
Ah.
if you think that the ignorance of some of that development, not the development staff, because I ain't gonna criticize anybody
No.
who's bringing me a football game
No,
like
I'm not going to
this.
say anything about it. No.
I ain't gonna badmouth anybody like this. If you think I'm gonna do that, I'll be foolish.
No, because we want that game. Yeah.
But I would be a little critical of that ranking. But I'm gonna go and pick that team and put up offensive numbers.
Yeah, we're going to put up numbers no matter what.
But I would love to see those 4K graphics and play that game till the cows come home.
That is it. That is it. That is it. All right. I guess that's sports this week for us, ain't it? We hope you had a little fun with us. Be sure and click a little like, throw a little comment down there somewhere. Holler at us if you want us to cover something else that's going on. That's cool. Other than that, again, we appreciate Severe TV for setting us up here. Thanks again for Autographs Plus for sponsoring us. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.